31. He was already a household name for 14 years. He has had 21 top 10 hits, sold over 35 million albums. His new album is Intensive Care, with the latest single Tripping, which is what I'm doing over my tongue as we speak right now. Please welcome from the UK, Mr. Робби Уильямс.
Hello. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Have you been drinking?
Yes, I have.
Because my ladle album is by Робби Уильямс, apparently. How many albums did you say I'd sold?
I said you...
How many albums did you say I'd sold?
I said you had sold over 35 million, correct?
Yeah. You got it right. Excellent. Thank you.
Is it, or have I bumped it up slightly?
No. It's 38 million, and it'll be 40 by the end of this week.
Yeah, I like the sounds of that. Now, how are you doing? Speaking of all things intensive care, because I heard recently that you'd hurt your arm.
I have, yeah. I fractured it playing football, or soccer. I fractured it playing soccer. I went to kick the ball, completely missed it, went arse over tit, landed on my arm, and put a hairline fracture in it. And I should have it in a cast, but it's too hot to sleep in, so I can't be arsed. It's healing anyway, but it did hurt.
Shouldn't you have it in a sling or something? Like, is it going to heal if you're moving it around like that?
I doubt it.
It'll manage. It'll be fine. Now, look, with you, whenever we talk to you, it's always so hard to know when I'm about to ask something whether you'll just turn around and say, that's bullshit, it never happened, so I'm going to open with one straight away. I heard that you were recently in a hotel in Berlin and you were trying to sleep but you couldn't because rapper 50 Cent was partying too noisily next door. True or false?
I must apologise on behalf of the media in England, because they just make loads of stuff up. Unfortunately, or fortunately, that's false. Yeah, it's false.
Now, how is it? Because this happens quite often with you, you know, in finding out what you've been up to as of late and things like that, and not just over the internet where there's so much stuff is just rubbish anyway, but even in newspaper articles. How is it that people can just write complete works of fiction like this?
Even in newspapers, like it was a big secret. Even in newspapers these days, they're making shit up. Because they're lying bastards. They're absolute talentless, lying bastards. And they can't find anything, true to write. Because there's not much that goes on. I do some singing, and then I go to bed normally. But they just make things up because they're talentless.
So do you have to get to a point where you just have to let it wash over you?
Well, you know, stories like the 50 Cent thing, that's harmless, really, so that's easy to wash over you. But it's harmless unless you bump into 50 Cent and G-Unit and they think you've got a problem with them, and then they shoot you, which is not harmless. But it's just, you know, it's day-to-day rubbish, but the good stuff outweighs the bad stuff, you know, 100-fold. So those are not the kind of stories I'm worried about. Have you got any more to ask me?
No, not particularly. That was kind of the newest one that I'd heard that seemed to spark my interest. Oh, I had heard that you've been dabbling in the occult.
Yeah. What did you call me?
Nice one.
Yeah, no, I have been dabbling in the occult a bit, but I haven't for a while. That was all last year. Because I've got ADD and I can't concentrate, I was reading Aleister Crowley's books and I knew that I was going to miss a paragraph here or a paragraph there and turn my mother into a toad or something. So I actually need a grown-up to take me through all of that kind of stuff, because I got a bit scared. I started conjuring up things that I didn't really need, like a wok. What am I going to do with a wok?
Exactly. That's the problem with the black magic. You're dealing with woks and items like that you really don't need.
I don't need a wok.
It's like bread makers, you know? Everyone gets bread makers for weddings. Whoever uses a bread maker? No one.
Absolutely, no one. Bread makers do. Unless bread makers are getting married.
Then that is true. If bakers are getting married, they would definitely need it. Now, on to the album. The new single, Tripping, is fantastic. But the one thing I've noticed about is the falsetto that you're using in it. You know? I know it's coming, there's gonna be violence. Where did you get that falsetto from? How tight were your pants when you were singing that?
I'm scared of you.
Yeah, I bought a walk as well.
I've always had the falsetto. I've always had a falsetto in my kit bag. It's always been in my locker, waiting to come out. I'm actually trying to have a deep voice for this album, but I haven't got one because I sound like a girl naturally, and I'm more falsetto than I am down here. Pardon me. I know it's coming, there's gonna be violence. I've just woke up as well. Yeah, no, it's always been there. I just get my tight kicks on and try my best.
Very nice. And I also like the single Sin Sin Sin. I quite like as well, because unless I've misinterpreted it, it sounds like an old guy trying to get a shag.
Yeah, it is. I think it's probably written about my dad.
Well, that's good. It's nice to have...
Don't let your eyes tell the brain. You should feel ashamed. Everyone needs it, baby, and I feel the same. I didn't quite catch your name. Yeah, in fact, I have subconsciously written that one about my father.
So there you go. We've run the gamut of very high falsetto and very low manly tones. It's very exciting. Such a range, and it's all on the new album, Intensive Care, with the latest single, Tripping, which is out now. Please thank the man himself, Робби Уильямс.